This is Colin with Detroit Lions Podcast, here to talk to you today about some cornerbacks. Might not be a position of need that you're thinking about with this upcoming draft, but we got guys like AO on a contract year. We did just sign Mike Hughes, but that's just a 1-year deal. And then we got Jerry, our guy Jerry, coming back from an injury. Okuda coming back from an injury. So definitely could be a position that we see the Lions address in this upcoming draft here. A few guys we want to talk about that I saw down at the Senior Bowl. Definitely from seeing them down there and studying their film a little bit more, could be guys in late day 2, some of the middle rounds there that we definitely look at with high potential. So let's get into it. First guy we're going to talk about today is Kobe Bryant, cornerback out of Cincinnati, 6'1", 193, all AAC first team with his running mate there on the other side. Everybody knows Sauce Gardner. 4.54 40 at the combine with 17 reps on the bench. After the Senior Bowl, this was one of the guys who was rising up the boards, being talked about as a winner that week. And it's amazing how much a month and a 4.5 40 can change. Multiple outlets I saw just had him as a loser of the combine because of how well a lot of these other corners ran. You saw guys like Tariq Woolen, Sauce ran really well, Zyon McCollum, which we'll get into on that very, very fast track. So a lot of people are down on that 4.5 40. But needless to say, this guy was a 4-year starter at Cincinnati. Great leader, great communicator. Oftentimes when you watch him, you see him help line up teammates all over the defense and get him into the correct sets based on what the offense is showing. Very smart, with a great football IQ, very instinctive, understands the downs and distances. You can see him forcing wide receivers, away from where they have to be to get those first downs and taking that away. Very good tracking, closing, and ball skills. He had 10 interceptions during his college career. He's exceptional in both man and zone defense. In man, he's very physical with his frame. He's a big, thick guy. Uses that to his advantage and forces wide receivers to the boundaries and takes them out of their routes. In zone, you can see his football IQ really, really show as he passes off routes really well and communicates that, but also understands route combinations and what kind of routes can be working towards him as he passes those off to his teammates. Big frame, like we said, very fluid hips for his size and very fast feet. One of the things he can definitely work on is his tackling form. Oftentimes he just launches at ball carriers. Doesn't really wrap up well, but that's something that can be taught at the NFL level. He does have good size, so shouldn't be an issue for him moving forward with tackling. But he is very, very good in the run defense category as far as containing the edge, not letting running backs getting outside of him and forcing them back to the middle of the field so that his teammates can clean it up. Next corner we want to talk about here is Joshua Williams out of Fayetteville State, 6'3", 195, 32 and 7/8-inch arms, which are massive. This is definitely one of the guys me and Chris fell in love with day 1 at the Senior Bowl and just continued to watch him throughout. Combine 4.53 40, 36-inch vert. Also at the Senior Bowl had one of the fastest GPS clock speeds at 21.75 miles per hour. Only Tariq Woolen, 22.45 miles per hour, ran a higher in-play speed at the Senior Bowl, but he ran a 4.26 40. So 4.53 40 for Josh, and then Tariq had a 4.26, but their GPS speeds were very, very similar. So that shows you what you can take out of the combine and why these NFL scouts and GMs are definitely looking at the GPS and in-game speed a little bit more so now. Late bloomer, was a wide receiver in high school, didn't have many offers, but was a great athlete, ran track, ran a 10.65 100-meter dash in high school. Absolutely dominated his competition at the D2 level, was the best player on the field in every game. A lot of the film that I watched, he just stood out big time. But you would expect that from him against lesser competition, but it's always nice to see that he elevated his play level above what he was competing against. Not many corners like him have that size, the length, move the way that he does, especially with his back pedal and his hips. His hips are super fluid. Also has very, very quick feet, which allows him to stop and start with ease and recover when he's beaten with a route. There's a rep of this from the Senior Bowl. If you search on Twitter, Josh Williams Senior Bowl, it should pop up. It's a one-on-one rep near the end zone with him and Khalil Shakir from Boise State, where he gets beat on the initial route, and it's a double move, and those quick feet and hips allow him just to completely recover and smother him and take it away. So if you get a chance, take a look at that one. The thing that really impresses me is just how strong and long he is. We talked about this rep at one of the wrap-up videos, but that rep at the Senior Bowl versus Romeo Doubs absolutely manhandles him at the line of scrimmage, and press man doesn't even let him to get into his route, gets his hands onto him early, doesn't even let him get 2 yards behind the line, beyond the line of scrimmage. The quarterback doesn't even throw the ball to him. That one you can find on Twitter as well. Jim Nagy posted it. And it's around there too, so definitely take a look at that one just to show how well he uses that length and strength, bodying up Romeo Doubs there. Very solid tackler, has no problem wrapping up because of that length, which makes him definitely an asset in run defense. Played a lot of man in college from what I saw on film, and showed great ability to stick with receivers and matching their routes. Projects well into zone coverage too because of his length, his size, and the way he moves. Some issues with him, definitely the level of competition on film he was playing against. Has to prove himself better on a consistent basis against better competition. D2 level versus the NFL, that's going to be a big leap for him. But definitely showed he can compete against some of the better guys at the Senior Bowl. Also on film, teams obviously shied away from him an awful ton and didn't even want to, target where he was at the field. Last corner we're going to talk about today is Zyon McCollum from Sam Houston, 6'2", 199, 4'3", 40 blazing, 39.5-inch vert, 6'4", 8'3" cone, 11-foot broad jump, all super elite numbers. His RAS score was just off the charts. I want to say it was like 999. Just stupid. 21.06 miles per hour at the Senior Bowl, which, going back to Josh Williams' clock speed, is slower than that, and he ran almost 0.2 of a second quicker in the 40. So just something to consider. Grid length at 31 1/8 inch arms. Very shifty and fluid hips. Despite his height, he plays very low to the ground, which allows him to, transition and change his direction with ease. Very aggressive at the catch point and has great ball skills. 13 interceptions, 54 pass breakups in 56 college games. Pretty solid against the run, but tackling could use some work. He gets very aggressive at times, looks to go for that kill shot and aims high, but this is something that's teachable. With his length and size, he should be able to be a very good rapper in the NFL and be a good tackler in the run game. Got ideal size and athleticism to play in zone scheme in the NFL. Although he played a ton of man in college, especially press man, which obviously he excelled at because of his size, strength, and length. Some things he can do a little bit better in is definitely in man coverage with the way that he matches these receiver routes and sticks with them. He struggles a bit more in off man. He didn't play it much in college. Like we said, he was up on the line a lot, pressing these guys because of his length and strength. But playing an off man is something that can be taught, at the NFL level for him. So that's sort of it for today with these cornerbacks. Definitely a position that, we should be looking at for the Lions to target maybe in these rounds. These are some of the guys that were at the Senior Bowl. Definitely worked with Zyon specifically on their own team. And Josh and Coby were obviously on the Jets team, but they got time with them too. So that's about all I have for today. Drop some comments below. Look forward to interacting with you guys. Love the interaction thus far, letting us know what we can and can't do to improve, and guys that we can look at moving forward. So appreciate it, guys. Take care. Go Lions.